Okay, that's the second part of the lab tutorial, Excel tutorial 2. We went from 1 until point 12, and now we are continuing with 13. It says apply accent 1 cell style to range B6 to F6. So you want to choose B6 to F6, and you want to choose the accent style, accent 1 style. Then you want to do that also for A6, which is the merged cell. Change the font of cell A6 to 18. So right click, choose the font size and change it to 18 and bold it. Apply the total cell style to range B15 to F15. So you take B15 to F15, and again you want to choose the total style. Then in the range E7 to E14, apply a conditional format that adds a top-bottom rule to display the highest number in the range in dark green text with a green fill. So I want to find out where is the highest number in that. There is something called conditional formatting, and this is a tool that allows you to highlight specific cells based on a condition or a rule. So here we want to highlight the top value. So I have top 10 items, top 10%, bottom 10, bottom 10%, above average, below average. So none of them applies to the top one. So I'm gonna say format only top or bottom ranked files. So that's the one that's chosen. And I want, instead of the top 10, I want to change it to top 1. And I want it to be formatted in a green text with a green fill. So you see 286 is highlighted over there. So again, remember, conditional formatting allows you to highlight specific cells based on a condition according to, we want like to highlight the top value in here. So we clicked on conditional formatting and we want to highlight top bottom rules. None of them state a top 1. There is top 10, so I need to go to more rules, and I'm gonna choose format only top or bottom ranked values, and instead of 10 I'm gonna put it to 1, and I will choose the specific format that I want. I want dark green text, and I want, oh, this is the fill. So you want dark green text with a green fill, so that's the green fill, and then you go under font and change the color to dark green text. So that highlighted that value. In the range F7 to F14, again you want to apply conditional formatting that adds a top bottom rule to display the highest number in the range in dark red text with a light red fill. So again, click on conditional formatting, top bottom rules, more rules, and instead of 10 we'll make it 1, and this time the format will be dark red, text in a light red fill. So now the 7.669 has the highest in percentage increase. So if the RO6 did really better, even though the number of units for the RO4 were higher. But when we look at the percentage increase, the increase compared to the previous year is actually RO6. Now we have done all of that formatting in that upper part. So again, I'm going to highlight these cells, click on Format Painter, and then apply it to the lower part of the screen. And look, this is fantastic. Now if I look at these numbers, 92 is actually the top value over here, and the 2231 is the top value here. One thing, I think they removed the comma for these, so I'm gonna highlight these and these. So just like to keep, because if you do not use number right here, the changes that you make with the comma and decreased decimal will be erased. So you need like to go under number and make sure that you use the negative, the minus sign to display your negative, that you have 0 decimals, and that you have 1,000 separate. In cell D3, we need to enter highest. And you want to highlight these cells, so you want to now highlight cells that is again. because this fill I think is not, but anyway, like we should have chosen that light green instead of this one, but that's fine. You could, again, I'm going to show you real quick. You are highlighting these numbers and hit the control to highlight, no, highlight these numbers, click on conditional formatting, top bottom rules, more rules, and it is top one, and you want to format it because the fill is a different I think that's the closest. So if you want to get the same color, remember, use Format Painter and then apply it to here. Now the color will change to that. This should be in D4 actually. In E3, they want you to type in highest increase in units sold. And highest percentage. And this is just documentation for the user. Highest percentage increase in units sold. And now they want you to format both cells as explanatory text. Now we need to go to the monthly sales sheet, and in cell D5 and I5 enter the text all models. So that's for 2011 and that's for 2012. And then in A18 and F18, they want you to enter total. We want to calculate now total sales by month. So this will be equal to the 310 plus the 410. And once I calculated it for 1, I can copy it to the rest. I can also do the auto sum. And Excel will know that because the cell is on the right of numbers, it will tell you, do you want to add these two numbers on the left? And you hit enter and again copy the cell to the rest. Now if I want to total all the months for the whole year, again I'm going to click on auto sum and I will drag it to the right. Again auto sum and drag it to the right to copy the formula to the other two columns. They want you to merge and center the range A4 to D4. And again F4 to I4. And then apply heading 1 style to the both merged cells. So this one. So you remember, if they are not adjacent, then you select one, hit Control and select the second. And this time the style that you want to choose heading 1. And then in range B5 to D5, and G5, so hit Control and select G5 to I5. They want you to center the text. And then in the non-adjacent range B6 to D18, B6 to D18, and G6. Now hit the Control key to select these. Format the numbers to show 1,000 separator with no decimal point to the right of the decimal space. So remember, we go to number and we choose number, and we don't want any places to the right of the decimal, but we want the separator. So now the numbers are all with 1,000 separator, but no decimal places, no decimal point. Now they want you to select the range A5 to D18. And then apply the table style light 8. So see here, for format as a table, you want table style light 8. Okay, so now I have, and we want to turn off the filter, so we'll click on the table under data and check the filter. We want to only show the header row. So that's here, the first column. So I'm going to click on first column and last column table. Then in range A18 to D18, apply the total. Then we want to do the same thing. Select the range F5 to I18 and repeat step 22 again. So again, 5, remember you applied the table light 8, table style light 8. You have to make sure that my table has headers because you have headers here. You want to remove the filter. You want to choose the last and apply total. And you also want to make sure that the table has a header, a first column, and a last column. So that's how it should be formatted. We want to set the orientation for the model comparison and the monthly sales worksheet to landscape. So here is the monthly sale. I'm going to go to page layout. Let's see if it will do it for the other one. You want to add a header and a footer, and the header, in the header you want to have let's say the sheet name in the left section. Oh, that's a footer. Display your name in the center section of the header. And then display the name in the left section of the footer. So now I want a custom footer, and I want to display the sheet name in the left section. So this is the file name, and that's the sheet name right there. So make sure that you choose the sheet name correctly in the left section. Then you want to display the current date in the right section of the footer. So the right section, choose the date. So now it will look like this. Your name at the top, name of the sheet in on the right on the left hand side, and the date on the right hand side. Want to do the same for monthly sales also. So you want the orientation to be landscape. You want to have the header and footer. Again, the header, you want your name to be in the center. And the footer, you want on the left side the name of the sheet, and on the right section you want the date. And that's all for the lab. So that's the end of it. Just like save it and upload it to Blackboard.